It's the other statewide race on Tuesday's ballot. Overshadowed by the contest for governor, Senate, and attorney general, Wisconsin will be electing a new state treasurer. For years, state lawmakers have taken away the responsibilities of the treasurer. In fact, last spring, voters were asked whether they wanted to eliminate the office entirely, but instead, they voted overwhelmingly in favor of keeping it. Right now, pretty much the sole job of the treasurer is to sit on the Board of Commissioners of Public Lands, which manages assets to benefit public education and school libraries. But the major party candidates for treasurer have a different vision for the office. And to tell us about it are Travis Hartwig, the Republican from Oak Creek, and Sarah Godlewski, the Democrat from Madison. It's good to have both of you on the program today.
Thanks for having us, Mike.
Talk about something that's important but has not received as much attention. And so I want people to get a sense of who you are. And I'll begin, Sarah, with you. Tell people a little bit about yourself. Take about 30 seconds to give us the elevator speech of why you think you're well suited for this office.
Yeah, I mean, it was never my dream to run for state treasurer, Mike, but I was one of the founders of the ballot amendment that you just mentioned to save the office, which I'm proud to say we did with 62% of the vote. And in doing that, it became clear that this office has been neglected for well over a decade. And I have been doing business and finance my entire career, whether it was my time working for the Undersecretary of Defense and cutting through red tape where we save taxpayers tens of millions of dollars, to helping to create a performance-based budgeting process for a municipality, to now I actually run an investment firm where we invest tens of millions of dollars. And so I've been doing this my entire career, and as a fifth-generation Wisconsinite, I want to be the watchdog for people's money, and that's one of the reasons why I'm running, is I really believe that this office can serve all Wisconsinites.
Travis Hartwig, why do you think you're well suited for this job?
Well, Mike, my background's in finance and business economics, and in the private sector, having a job like this that really doesn't do very much, it's about 3 hours of work a week, and earns $70,000 a year, we would resolve that problem very quickly. In state government, this problem hasn't been fixed. We came up with one approach this spring to addressing that by eliminating the office and moving that task elsewhere. That approach didn't work. So instead of leaving this office as a do-nothing office, I really want to turn it into a taxpayer advocate and advocate on behalf of taxpayers. Instead of using political arguments and making this a partisan position, we can do a lot more by reporting the numbers as they lie, using GAAP accounting measures, and really using this platform to advocate on behalf of voters here in the state of Wisconsin.
When you say advocating on behalf of voters, what do you mean by that?
Well, one example of that is there are issues that face all voters and all taxpayers here in the state of Wisconsin. The financial issue, we need somebody with a background in finance and the skills to get it done. Some of the issues that are out there right now is there's the dark store loophole, where our taxpayers in the state of Wisconsin are being ripped off by large corporations that are essentially getting their property value assessed at way below market value. And it forces taxpayers, the mill rates go up on other taxpayers in those districts. Things like that, we can use the platform of state treasurer to push on more, reduce spending elsewhere, and ultimately make a better and more fiscal, conservative state in the state of Wisconsin.
He sees it as an advocacy role. Sarah Godlewski, how do you view the
So one of the reasons why I got involved originally is because I think this office needs to be a fiscal watchdog for tax dollars. I mean, it's a critical check and balance. If you look at how our government is structured, the Constitution was brilliant in how it was written, because the state treasurer doesn't have anything to do with taxation. It also has nothing to do with the budget process. So the governor and the legislature, they tax you, right, Mike? They then say, I'm going to spend your money. They then spend your money, and they also now account for it. And in Finance 101, we would learn that's a lack of internal controls. So this office, because it doesn't have anything to do with taxation or how the budget is being formed, it makes it the perfect office to go in and say, did you spend my tax dollars the way that you said you would? And one of the things that I really believe this office should be doing is creating a taxpayer annual report, providing accountability and transparency for how our tax dollars has been spent.
I do want to touch on something before we go, and that is something that you're talking about with what you would do. And so you oversee these asset funds that the state has. You've talked about trying to use some of that money to help deal with the student loan debt issue. How would you do that?
Yeah, I mean, student loan debt debt in the state of Wisconsin impacts over 1 million Wisconsinites. Last year alone, interest rates were up to 15%. And what's a killer is that unlike your home mortgage, you can't refinance your student loan at a lower rate. Now, one of the things that I've been talking about is using the fixed income portfolio, and I don't want to get to be too financially nerdy here, Mike, but looking at debt, but we could actually buy those high interest student loans and literally cut them in half for students, so allowing our young people to get ahead. Now, here's something that I want to clarify is people will say, well, isn't that risky? Well, one thing to point out is that, running an investment firm, I would be using the best practices that the private industry has been using doing student loan debt this whole time. And a report came out literally a couple months ago that the default rate is less than 2%. There's a reason why the private sector and lending is getting into refinancing student loan debt, because it does create significant returns. So this is a win-win investment strategy that I think is really important that we look at, not only to benefit the Common School Fund, but to benefit all Wisconsinites.
Let me give you the final
Mike,
word on
I would
this.
like to counter that as well.
Sure.
You talk about not being a figurehead, except you go to Yale Candidate School to come out here with ideas like refinancing student loan debt. Don't get me wrong, the student loan debt crisis in the United States as a whole is a huge issue. I actually have $30,000 in student loan debt, and I don't need a figurehead lecturing me on the student loan issue. I believe the best way to reduce the burden of student loan debt is to reduce the cost of a 4-year college tuition, something the Republican legislator in the state of Wisconsin has done for the last 6 years in the form of the tuition freeze. I know you moved here just this year, but that has been in effect for 6 years in the state of Wisconsin. They're pledging another 4, and they're also rolling out a $5,000 tax credit for students that graduate in the state of Wisconsin and stay in the state of Wisconsin to work. As it relates to this issue, investing these funds, the end beneficiary of this fund is our K-12 public libraries, and they rely on a steady flow of payments every year to buy books and computers for students. It is the only source of revenue directed at this cause in our state, and it doesn't cost taxpayers anything. When we invest in riskier assets like this, it puts at risk the returns that our schools rely on to buy books and computers.
Let me give you a quick chance to respond, and then we'll wrap things up.
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes back to, as a 5th-generation Wisconsinite, I really am doing this role because I want this position to serve all Wisconsinites. And so part of it is being creative with finance. So if we can literally help address the student loan crisis by cutting student loan debt in half by letting them refinance, which still provides a greater return on the trust funds. Look, the trust funds to date for the Common School is literally 3.5%. So if we can cut student loan interest rates in half, that's still a 7% return, which is higher than this current trust funds are performing. And now I would like to finish it, Mike, if that's okay.
Just hang on a second.
Thanks. So, and I think the other thing is that if you look at who's endorsed me, the Wisconsin Education Association, the Association of Federation of Teachers, and literally school board members across this state, I would not have the support or their endorsement if they thought that I would put the Common School Fund at risk.
We're going to have to wrap things up there.
Absolutely. I just want to make sure I weigh in here as well. As we're talking about her endorsements, it's really important to note that the Democratic primary opponent that she faced called this idea absolutely reckless. And that is really important to note for all Democratic voters out there, that this is just a campaign talking point.
All right, we're going to have to wrap things up right there. Travis Hartwig is the Republican candidate for state treasurer. Sarah Godlewski is the Democratic candidate. Thanks to both of you for being on here. Coming up next, voting by smartphone. Is it an idea whose time has come?